Yeah, y'all. So I'm just coming on here to do a live to, make some comments about, this whole employment thing and money and, why these other bitches on YouTube are talking about niggas all day. I really just want to talk about some money stuff because I don't really care about Nick Nogs. Like, it's clearly a conspiracy. I mean, the fact that they're trying to make you black women care about some damn relationships or marriages when you're so poor that you can't even really think about nothing else but making money. Like, even with these, like, if you was to prioritize getting married or being with a man, you're still gonna have to work over full time to make any kinds of money. And then after you make that money, if you were to get with a dude or be in a marriage or a relationship, most of your money is going to be garnished taking care of that man and those kids that you have with him. So really, at the end of the day, that's really how they keep you poor. Like, I just literally stated how they keep black women poor. Like, that's the main thing, is trying to get us to be with black men, trying to encourage us to value marriage and relationships, and all of that is how they really keep us poor. The more money you spend out, the more people you're responsible for, the least amount of money you have. All right, everybody's broke. The whole black community is poor. You can't even go to any black person in your family or friends in your family to ask them for a dime. They can't even if you want them to babysit your kids, they can't do that because they're working so much to try to keep their bills paid. They don't have the time to even watch kids. That's what's really funny about, and really why I can't stand Candace Owens, because she's always making these little fucking, that bitch. Oh, she get on my nerves. But like I said, all of that's just that's a gaslighting tactic to gaslight poor black women, because they want you thinking about everything other than money. The whole goal is to make you not think about money. They just want you not thinking about money. They want you to be a breeder, a slave, and they want you to be codependent. And they want us millennial black women more so. They want to fuck with us because we are not having it. We're very vocal about what the fuck we're not going to tolerate, and we have a certain attitude about ourselves and our lifestyle, and they don't like us being the way we are. They don't like us not putting males before us and prioritizing getting married and all that dumb shit. Like, they literally did a article or whatever, I guess an article about millennial black women refusing to get married and decentering, like, not prioritizing marriage. So they have a fucking problem with us, and that's why they try to fuck with our money more than anybody else. Like, because remember, when you look at the stats and you look at how much the average, look at the average income of black women who are 30 to 39, because the 20 to 29-year-olds, they don't have shit. They're completely in poverty. But those are the ones that Ebony K. Williams and all these motherfucking perverted, pedophile, predatory maniacs on the internet are telling to get married. The 20 to 20-year-olds and shit who are in college, who are dirt poor, who are relying on their mothers mostly to get them by while they try to complete school. And their mothers are poor, okay? Because if you look at their average income, the mothers, and understand, all of these stats are kind of like doctored. Like, I don't think most of these stats are realistic. I think a lot of it is just to make us try to make it seem like we're not as poor as we actually are. Because I'm not stupid. I see, how black women are getting along every day, and most black women are dirt poor. Like, after they pay their bills, they literally don't have any money to do shit. They couldn't give you any money. They could probably loan you maybe like $20, and they would need that shit back, because after they pay all of their bills, they don't really have a lot of money. Literally, they're gonna most likely die in debt. They're not gonna die owning anything or having any control over anything. They're gonna die in debt, and then us millennials are gonna be put more in debt because our parents are gonna die in debt. So that's what's going on, y'all. Why they sitting here telling y'all to value marriage, and they trying to play people over their money and trying to stop somebody from making $1. like anybody else in the black community has any fucking money. They don't have shit. Like, most of their homes are dilapidated, or they probably just doing illegal ass shit to try to make some money. They doing something, because I mean the people who have it, even if you know what I'm saying, you have a sector of black people who are making, six figures or whatever, making that kind of money. That's only a select amount. And see, we have to understand about white people. They control our money, so they'll let certain black people through the door. That's why they're always promoting successful black people with white people. If you really pay attention, most successful black people have, they like partner with white people. So you have a really successful black woman. She has a white husband or a white wife if she is a lesbian. If it's a black man and he's rich, he has a non-black spouse. Mostly they are usually marrying white people to make sure that money, whatever money is accumulated, is circled back to the white community through marriage. All right. So they always promoting their successful black people, because black people here are a commodity and we are property to these white people. So they try to dictate and control who we have sex with and who we share our resources with. Okay, so anytime they're depicting a black family or a black couple, they're always fucking dirt poor. Okay, that's the hierarchy. That's the pyramid. That's how that shit work with black people. You don't have any real successful black people. Especially, I ain't even gonna say you just don't have a lot of successful black women. Like, most black women, after they pay their bills, they don't have shit. And it's a rarity when they partner with someone where they're not left in poverty, partnering with someone. Like, if they get married or get in a relationship with a man, it's rare when that black woman actually benefits financially from that relationship. Usually the man benefits and the black woman is usually left in debt. So, yeah. I don't know why these bitches are... I mean, like I said, these motherfuckers gotta fuck with my money just to make it look like other black people are more successful than me. Like, that's their main tactic, trying to stop me from making one little dollar. I mean, it's fucking pathetic. You gonna see this recurring theme with these people fucking with my money, so you can see what I'm talking about. But every black person is getting their money fucked with, especially black women, because you don't have a community, you don't have any ownership. Your race doesn't own shit. They don't have any banks. They don't have any, real money like that. So you can't really go to them for shit. Not like that. I mean, you can. It's a few black owned banks, but not a lot. So, and these white people, they know what they're doing. They always, like, especially with millennials, they just keep firing us for no reason, trying to stop us from making money, trying to relocate us to other jobs. They keep circulating us in and out. It's all a game to try to make it look like they're trying to keep American citizens employed. But really, they're not. The black people are the target of attack when it comes to jobs. So if they not meeting a quota, or they need to meet a quota, they'll just fire a whole bunch of black people and rehire other black people, or whoever the fuck they trying to get a position to, just to make it look like they're, trying to keep people employed. And what you notice with a lot of black males, a lot of black males they stay getting fired for, like, whatever reason. They get fired. So they could be on a job for like 19 years, 10 plus years, and not really reap the benefits of the job, because they'll get fired, like, right before they can get a promotion, or right before they can start making a certain amount. They'll just fire them for really stupid ass reasons, and then they'll end up getting another job that's pay less than the last job they was working at. So that's how they keep a lot of niggas poor. That's why you don't want to date a black dude. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, like, this system, the way the system is set up and the way it's orchestrated, you need to just stop having kids, because they trying to set your ass up to be a poor woman with children. They trying to force you into poverty, and they trying to force you into they want to create. Then they, with the housing situation, they're always building up little ghetto ass fucking apartments or whatever like that, and they circulate the black people in and out of those. They don't even circulate, because those black people usually, if they end over, living in poverty or living in the projects, they usually are kept there. They don't make enough money to get out. Okay. And then the Negro males, they're able to just keep hopping the woman's apartment after, just keep hopping all these different females and shit, living in and out of other women's homes. You know what I was watching the other day? I was watching the movie Baby Boy with Therese, the singer. And I noticed at the end of the movie, like, because the movie was kind of about him being, this black young man being immature, growing up in the projects, being really afraid to, grow up and become a man, and his issues with his mom, and his issues with his mom's relationships, and issues with his relationships with his baby mama, and some of the little street beef that he had going on in the streets and shit. Seemed more kind of like a spoof of a regular hood movie or something like that. But what I noticed at the end of the movie, which I thought was funny, was that they made it seem like he had matured, because his homeboy had killed somebody, because this dude was trying to kill his girlfriend's baby daddy had got out of jail, and then he was trying to kill him. So his homeboy, his friend or cousin or whoever the fuck it was, who rolled with him or whatever, he had shot the dude because the dude was trying to kill him. So, and he was going to shoot the dude himself, but he didn't want to do it. So his homeboy ended up shooting the dude. And then after that incident, then, he had like I guess a little epiphany or something in his mind about how his life was going, and how he, didn't like where his life was going, that he was going to have to, kill another black man, or, live his life like that in the street or whatever. So at the end, he kind of like matured, or they made it appear as though he was maturing, and that he was, trying to level up, like, get his life together or whatever at the end. But I noticed that with his baby mama, he ended up moving into her apartment and not getting his own shit. Because he had been living with his mama the whole movie. He was living in his mom's house. And his mom was getting tired of his bullshit. Like most women get tired of these niggas living off of them. So she was, fed up and wanted him to leave and, move out on his own. Right? And from the stereotype, she was a poor single mother. She wasn't married. So she had to make all her money herself and provide for herself. All right? But at the end, they didn't make him, like, they didn't write him at the end getting his own place or helping the black baby mama out in any kind of way. Like, he didn't do shit financially at the end at all. Like, he just literally moved into his baby mama house after he had been stressing her the fuck out. It was disgusting. Then they tried to romanticize that ashy shit at the end, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I haven't never watched Baby Boy like that. I knew the movie was going to be real ghetto and stupid. So I didn't never really watch to the end. I seen little parts of it that I thought was like stupid. So I never really watched it like that. But when I watched the end and seen how they tried to, romanticize his character, even though he was poor and broke and didn't offer shit. But anyway, that's how they keep black women poor, because they always promoting them little hood ghetto ass romance movies, especially back in the 90s. It was several movies like that where the nigga was like in the hood, ghetto as fuck, and he had some black female who was educated, taking care of her stuff, had her own house, own apartment or whatever the fuck, and then he would be living in with her, treating her like shit, stressing her the fuck out, and at the end they'll try to romanticize the situation like, oh, they finally together, they finally, getting along and shit and being together. But the nigga never goes out and get his own money and his own shit. Like, they don't never show the little hood nigga going out and going to college or whatever, get him a good job and providing for his family. They always just show him getting along with the baby mama at the end and not him financially doing shit at the end. So, yeah, that's why you don't fuck with these ashy niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because They're bums. Like, the fuck, the shit they're doing with me trying to get me fired from all these jobs, they can do this to any nigga now they want to. Like, even if a Negro is doing good in life, I don't give a fuck what job he has, because these niggas have no power. Like, they don't have any economic power. They don't have no job. They don't produce anything because they're fucking pathetic. That's why, you know, you don't want to deal with them. If you gonna end up on the street, you would want to end up on the street without kids being with you. You feel me? Like, if you're gonna be fucked with financially and shit, then you would want to be in that situation without a man being there or anything where you have to worry about anybody else but yourself. That's how you would want. That would be the idea of the ideal situation for you when you in a system like this where they can just fuck with your money all day. Because at the end of the day, they fuck with all black people's money. They circulate black people in and out of jobs. They control your wages. They make sure that you're making less than other races of people doing the same fucking job. They shut you out of the job industries by, not calling you back, not letting you not apply for certain jobs, but just not letting you get certain jobs. Even though you have a good resume, even though you're qualified, they can just shut you out of work. Okay? So even if you get out of the projects, even if you're doing well, they can send your ass right back to the projects. Especially as a black woman, because your wages are lower than everyone else's. You make the least amount of money than every other group. Other groups, they can go to their banks and they can ask for bank loans. They can go to their banks and they can get their money, get things refinanced. Or they can go to a fellow person in their own race for a job. So, they can work with no stress, no worries, because they're not going to be targeted based on their race or gender, because they actually have connect in whatever job. So, yeah. And then they can just send your ass back to the projects, boo. It's so easy to be back in the projects, like, when you're black, especially if you're a black female. Because these Negroes, and then if you look at the dating strategy by Nignogs, their dating strategy is when they have money to never date you and never provide anything for you. Like, that's their whole thing. If you see a black male working really hard, like he in college and he's really working really hard to elevate himself, educationally, like, he's doing good. He's in there. He's really serious about his education, or he's serious about, developing whatever skills he have. Usually when a black dude is thinking like that, he has no intentions to date a black girl. Like, if a Negro is estimated to make a certain amount of money, if he has any potential to make money, if he doing something, like he just going above and beyond, usually they're not even thinking about dating no black girl. Their whole point is to be successful so they don't have to date a black girl. They don't want to date black women when they're successful. So anytime they're trying to attain success, it's intentionally not to date a black girl. Only time Negro males want to date black women is when they're poor. Only time they want to date black women is when they're the bus driver, not the bus owner. You understand? If he's struggling, he needs help, he'll fuck anyone. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what he needs at the time, and it has nothing to do with wanting to provide shit. Okay, so that's the dating strategy. That's how they keep you poor. And that's why I was trying to tell y'all that black males are a part of this shit keeping you poor. They're intentionally trying to keep you poor, because when they have a potential, or if they're estimated to make, and anyway, white people really control that at the end of the day, because Negroes don't own shit. So if they going through a white company, and that's another thing with the Negro, he understands, like, if I'm trying to elevate in this company and it's controlled by a white male, it'll be better and it'll look better on my end if I'm dating a white female. Like, that's gonna make me look better to this person, the person who gave me the job or is responsible for me climbing in the job or getting promoted. I have to look good to this person. I have to seem less black, less threatening, less competitive. I have to completely dilute myself on every level in order for this white male to see me as a non-threat, so I can grow in his business. So marrying a white woman is a part of that strategy. They know if they with a white woman, most of their money, they know how white males think. Black males are not dumb. Not the ones who make money. They're not dumb. They're the little ashy trash on the street. That's a dumb fuck. But the black male that's elevating in a job, he's not. He knows what he has to do in order to climb up. Okay, these type of Negroes have favor with their white employers. Okay, and that's really the main guy. I think black women understand this. All black people understand this. Like kissing white ass, or trying to stay in good with them, and seem not non-threatening to them, and just tippy toeing around them, is how the hell you stay employed. You probably not gonna elevate in your job. Most black people ain't gonna elevate doing that. They're just going to be left the fuck alone. Like they'll be able to do their job, and they'll be less harassed on the job. The minute you become outspoken, the minute that you have an issue or problem with the way you've been treated, or something is going on, that's the minute that you're marked for for you being fired, or something like that, because what I'm saying, that's how these people operate. So yeah, that's what it is. Okay, but what you have to understand is that that's why you don't want to deal with the Negro, and you don't want to have any kids, because now the position that you're in is even worse, because the cost of living went up, the cost of food went up, and your wages are staying the same, and you're not making any money. So it's like, this is a really stupid ass time to try to get pregnant or have. I mean, it's stupid. It's always a stupid time to do that when you're a black woman anyway, because you're dealing with ashy niggas who don't have anything, who are you're gonna attach yourself to somebody who don't give a fuck, who's literally looking for a handout, looking for help and services. So this bitch ass nigga is not going to be help in any kind of help to you raising your kids at all. So that's always a stupid ass move, getting pregnant by one of them. But as I said, yeah, I mean, these bitches can fire you anytime they want to. They can try to stop you from getting a job whenever they want to. They can force you into a lot of really fucked up predatory situations. And it's just not something you want to bring no damn kids into, for real. Okay. And also another element is that they're always coddling older black people. Like when black people get old, they coddle them. They'll like, have you ever noticed any like elderly black people getting fired for frivolous ass reasons or something, like them just being fired? Like they get on a job for a couple of years, get fired, be on a job for a couple of, just keep getting relocated, just keep dealing with that kind of shit. I don't really see a lot of elderly people dealing with that kind of stuff. It'd be the younger black people who deal with that. You know what I'm saying? The older black people, I feel like, are coddled when it comes to companies. Like they keep the elderly employed. So that's what they do. They'll keep the elderly black people employed, and then when you dealing with the elderly black people, they always think that the younger generation is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, or they're not doing the job correctly, or they're just irresponsible. Really, the older black people really dropped the fucking ball on everything. I mean, their marriages were fictitious. Their self-worth and value and self-respect was fictitious. They really just are. They really fucked us up. And them seeing white people as their, them, the type of relationships they develop with white people, in a certain generation, was they really dropped the ball with that shit, because these people, these elderly black people, didn't really think that these white people would come for their kids on the level that they are. So they're really like, what's the word? They're desensitized to the level of harassment or abuse that their youth are dealing with, or their younger adults. I ain't even gonna say youth. Youth are definitely being fucked with. So that's true too, but that's not their kids. You know, the young adults or the adults are their kids. Okay? So they kind of desensitize and what they do because they don't want to really do no real work, or they don't want to acknowledge their part in what the fuck is going on with younger black people. They don't want to acknowledge it and deal with it, so they just write it off in their mind as something that our generation did to deserve the harassment and financial abuse. They also didn't raise them sons. You know, they really fucked up on these Negro male offspring. You know what I'm saying? That's when they really fucked up, is raising this generation of niggas that we black women have to deal with. Because that shit is just garbage. But you're not never going to see the elderly black males or females take any responsibility for these ashy niggas that we have to contend with these days. As a matter of fact, you'll mostly see them coddling these Negroes and trying to blame black women for whatever the fuck is going on or wrong with while we're dealing with these Negro males. So they don't take any responsibility for their sons just being completely ass out. I mean, at the end of the day, they ass out. They're completely subjugated, completely dominated, completely controlled. That's why you see so many of them dating interracially, because literally that's their only card to survival. Like, these bitch ass niggas so weak and frail that they don't have any survival skills other than getting with a white woman and pandering to white society. They literally don't have no other survival skills other than that. It's fucking ashy and pathetic. Literally, they pander to white people through, dating white women, or they stalk and troll and mainly stalk black women for survival. It's fucking disgusting. Them doing what they're doing, like us black women dealing with Negro males, is like dangerous because of how primitive and incompetent they are. They don't have any survival skills on their own, so leeching off some females like all they do. So it's like when you put yourself in that situation dealing with them, it's dangerous because they can kill you because you don't want to talk to them, or you want them to get the fuck out of your house or whatever. And when also, if a male is just with you for financial purposes, like he's just with you for you to take care of his raggedy ass and help him out, his attitude, if he really don't care about you and don't love you and don't respect you on no kind of level, he will abuse the fuck out of you. That's why it's real dangerous getting a house or going 50-50 with a nigga that think like that. Because the minute, first of all, he probably never gave a fuck about you in the first place, and he's just with you so he can have somewhere to lay his head. If a man feels that way about you, like he only with you for financial gain or for help, so he can have somewhere to live, and be provided for. If he thinks like that, you could really be in a real fucked up situation having anything with that nigga, like building anything with him. So going 50-50 with rent or mortgage or something like that is a real fucked up position to put yourself in when that man don't care about you like that, because he could abuse the shit out of you, knowing that, you got his name on a lot of your shit, and he really don't even like you, but and he could potentially kill you if you don't want to fuck with him anymore. Like, if you're not gonna be there to continue helping him survive, he'll kill you, especially if he was already abusing you in the first place, because he really never gave a fuck about you at all. Okay, because now you really, as black woman, you faced with a man just wanting to use you for someone to lay his head, and he could potentially be gay, not really like women like that, be undercover, or just psychotic. He could be a complete deranged lunatic, and most black males, that's how they are. It be something wrong with them. They have like psychological mental health issues, or they have they undercover or something, or they trying to hide their sexuality and shit. So these are the males that you have to deal with as a majority. That's the majority of males, black males, you're going to encounter dealing with them. So you always going to be faced with a situation where a man is just trying to potentially just use your ass for somewhere to live. Plus, if a man think like that also, and you have kids with him, he'll abuse the fuck out of the kids too, because he don't like you. He don't care about the kids. He's just having kids just to have them, just so he can have control over your ass and try to keep you embedded to his ass. So a lot of men do that. They try to trap you with kids, especially black women. I'll say y'all suffer from this shit more than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like a man trying to impregnate you for abusive reasons, not because he love you or care about you, or not because he want to raise children. It's because he literally trying to trap your ass into poverty, trying to keep you embedded to his ass, needing his ass, involved with his ass. Okay? That's, I'll say the majority, I'll say 99.99% of the time, that's what a black male is getting a black woman pregnant for. Not for any other fucking reason. For that reason specifically. To trap you. Alright? And as I said, those type of Negroes who do shit like that can potentially, abuse your kids. Because they don't like kids. Those type of Negroes don't like kids. They don't like kids. They never intended to really have children. So they don't like kids. They can't stand them. They don't want to be around them. They don't like you. They undercover, or they abusive and they're psychotic and they just need somewhere to live. So they just treating the kids like shit, completely neglecting them. And then trying to hold you solely responsible for taking care of them. Trying to hold you solely responsible for providing for them, feeding them, clothing them, bathing them, playing with them. You got to factor in the playtime, because kids want to play. You know what I'm saying? They want their parents to play with them a lot. They, especially during summer break or some shit like that, where they ain't really out going nowhere like that. These males are very abusive to kids. Black males are the most abusive ass fucking males to children on this earth. They completely neglect kids. They'll take pictures with them and they'll pretend like they fucking, doing all of these things for them and shit. That's why I ain't really hear nobody talking about Father's Day either. I ain't seen nobody celebrate that. I ain't seen nobody post about Father's Day at all today. And I know why. These women out here doing everything on their fucking own, doing most things by their damn selves. So why the fuck would they damn acknowledge Father's Day? Like, they're not going to acknowledge it because they 24-hour day parent. If you're a 24-hour day parent and you don't get no rest, why the fuck would you acknowledge Father's Day? Like, nobody really cares, People ain't going all out like that. So, I mean, that happens on every Father's Day. Every Father's Day, that's how they, people treat Father's Day. They just don't acknowledge it. They be having some Father's Day sales and stuff at these companies and stores, but, they make their money off of Father's Day, but the people, they don't really acknowledge it like that. So, because I ain't heard shit today, I'm telling you. But anyway, that's why I, go a lot, talk about some other shit, some money shit. I don't give a fuck about no damn nothing else, okay? Because at the end of the day, as black women, everything is always going to fall on your shoulders. Everything is always going to be what you can provide. It'll never be about the gorilla thing, because nobody care about him. He's a non-factor when it comes to resources and money. People don't take him serious, and it's because he don't own anything. The world knows that. You black women, y'all kind of don't understand that part. But people who are about money, people who are financially responsible, they understand that you can't never be no boss or be financially competent unless you own something. You have to fall back on something in order to keep your money growing, okay? And if you just relying on people who hate you, people who want to see your ass destroyed, who want to see you dead, who want to see your ass in poverty, who want to see your ass just fucked up. If you relying on those people to financially secure you, then you really are fucked up. All right? It's really sad that a lot of black women are so fucked up in the head they don't understand this. And it's like, that's why I see a lot of black women as really abusive when they're having children. It's like You know you under financial constraints. You know you being subjugated. You know you being dominated by another group. You know that your male group don't give a fuck about your ass. They don't prioritize money. They don't talk about money. They don't care about money. You know all of this shit and you still gonna get pregnant anyway. That's abusive as fuck. It's one thing to get pregnant when you're not aware, but when you're aware and you still get pregnant anyway, that shit crazy. And then these bitches on social media, these celebrity black women and these YouTube bitches, they're fake. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of shit is fake. It's smoke and mirrors. If you look up the stats, you'll see the real average numbers of the average black woman and how much average black women are making. That's why I said a lot of stuff is a gaslighting tactic. You know what I'm saying? Against poor black women. Like a lot of they got a lot of people planted out here to gaslight poor black women. They do this shit on purpose. They always using some fucking celebrity holders getting all this free shit. And understand, when you're a celebrity, you can use your name to get stuff. You can get stuff without paying for it. So the stuff you be seeing them flexing with ain't shit they even paid for. They be out there renting shit and trying to make you think they own it. And that's what a lot of bitches are doing on YouTube. You know, these fucking content creators be showing their house and their money and shit. Renting. That shit ain't theirs. They don't own that shit. They renting their fucking pocketbooks. They renting their houses. They renting their cars. That ain't their shit. They don't own nothing. Don't nobody give a fuck about what you're renting. Only thing that matters is what you own. Because when you have ownership, then you have money. Renting, you're giving out money. You getting out, you putting out money. You're not getting no money back on what you renting. You just renting. You just throwing out money pretty much. That's what these stupid whores are doing. They trying to make that shit look like they got money like that. No, dumb bitch, you don't. You don't have no money until you own. So the more your dumb ass try to look like you got money like that, the more you trying to keep up with the damn Joneses, and you trying to get the latest car and the latest little townhouse so you can look like you have it like that. That's dumb. That's financially illiterate. That's fucking completely stupid. And that's what you see a lot of them doing. The celebrities are doing it too. They want the aesthetic of looking like they have the money, so they are buying a aesthetic, but it's not theirs. They don't own it. They don't own anything. They just buying an aesthetic. So when these black women out here trying to look like they have it like that, they fucking don't. That's rented. And then some of them, like the ones on Instagram, all of that, they be having like OnlyFans and they be prostituting. You be thinking they business women and they really got a business, but really they prostitutes. That's why I said, you know, the U.S. government, when I made that live about them trying to turn black women into prostitutes, most of the black women I see on Instagram or celebrity black women are all prostitutes. They are. And then you only have a few black women who do content, who make a decent money after being, you know, becoming partners with YouTube and doing this like content. If you say shit out the way, what I notice is if you say anything they don't like YouTube, if you say anything that they don't, if you don't spread the propaganda the way they want you to spread it, they will demonetize your whole channel. You won't make a dime. So those women are under complete ass control. But yeah, like I said, you know, so these, you know, and that's the thing about being a content creator, is that shit is just so controlled. I mean, at the drop of a dime, and you done seen a lot of black women complain about that shit on YouTube. At the drop of a dime, they can demonetize your channel. At the whatever, when they can get together and decide, oh, this content is we don't support this type of content, or we don't support this language, or we don't support whatever. They can get together and just say that shit so they can target people's channels. So when you thinking, oh, let me just become a content creator and I'll make some money, that's not true. All black women who tries to do content on YouTube do not make no money. That's only a select amount of black women who are making a decent living off of doing content on YouTube. Okay, that's not no large numbers of black women who are doing social media. Finding that successful to do social media. Okay, so on purpose, if you look at the average income of black women, okay, you will know the average number. Okay, so anybody making above that, especially doing content or doing that kind of a job, it's only a select amount of black women who are able to make that kind of money off of the platform on purpose. And a lot of the reason why they even want black women on these platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram is just to make the platform money and make it more popular. Because what you will notice is they'll steal a lot of black women's aesthetics, and they'll have other races of people stealing your content and making more money doing the same content as you. So black women put all their creativity and skill on these platforms, and then people will take it and end up doing the same aesthetic and making more money. More money. So you getting robbed. You don't have 100% ownership of your own product because other people are able to take it and make more money than you off of it. While you over there making chump change. So they got it covered. Like, no matter where you look at it, the way you look at it, or where you look at it, they got it covered. So you don't make a lot of money as a black female. They just don't want you having no fucking money. We already seen what Taraji P. Henson said about those little gatekeepers in Hollywood. So we know how Hollywood works. All right, where you gotta go through certain people to get jobs. And that's why Tyler Perry is getting on my fucking nerves, because he keeps making this son of a bitch making money, making the same movie over and over again with the same actors. With the same fucking concept. And he just spreading propaganda. All he cares about is trying to manipulate and gaslight black women. So people getting tired of that fucking transvestite at this point. Because they're getting tired of him manipulating, what I'm saying, the industry to make money. This shit is ridiculous. You see how they coddle Negroes? Negroes can be trash writers and garbage and mediocre, and they'll still giving them all this money and let them put these movies out and shit, and give them all this promotion and shit. And prop them up, even though they fucking trash. That's another thing. They coddle the shit out of black males when it comes to certain Negroes, the ones they find non-threatening, the bitch ass dudes. They coddle the fuck out of those dudes. You will always see gay black males probably making more money than straight ones, or ones who are in relationships with black women or are married. I bet you it's a fact if they did statistics on it. Niggas with white women, number one, making the most money. Most black males making the most money. Then number two would be the homos. And then number three would be the little hood booger ass niggas who mainly date black females. I bet you that's how it would look on paper. If they did a stat on it, but they would never do that shit because they don't want your ass to know that. They don't want you to be thinking like that. Okay? That's why most of these ashy black women on YouTube are always making videos about nig now. That's all they ever talk about. They don't ever talk about money. They don't ever break down no statistics about income, none of that. They don't talk about money at all. It's always whether nig nows like you or not. Like somebody give a fuck. Alright? But I bet you that what I'm saying is true. I bet you if they did statistics, you would see that dynamic. I know how they do. So that's why you black women are dumb for not realizing that. Like, Negroes with money don't want to talk to you. It's a hierarchy, and the Negroes who like you are always at the bottom. And they get fucked with financially so bad, like, because they don't own anything, they can't go to each other for jobs. That, anytime a white man want to decide a Negro's fate with working, he can. Anytime a white man want to say, just get a nigga fired for nothing, they can. These Negroes don't own shit. I don't care how many Negroes you see working. It don't matter that just because you see them working now, don't mean they'll be working next week. You feel me? That's just right now. It's so easy for other races of men to control them financially. It's really pathetic. So you don't never want to put your eggs in that basket because you don't know what's going to happen like tomorrow. He could have a job and then he could not have one. Like that. Snap of a finger. Boom. Jobless. Meanwhile, your broke ass income is the only thing keeping your head above water and keeping your children fed. And notice that in order, like if you make a certain amount of money and you feeding your child and you find it difficult to pay rent and feed your child at the same damn time, you would have to completely quit your job in order to apply for assistance. So that's another way they keep you poor, because the more you work and the more money you earn and the more you trying to juggle paying your rent, bills and all that and feeding your child, the more poor you become. So if you in a situation where you can't barely eat because you're paying your bills, they'll make you quit your job and not pay your rent just so you can apply for assistance and get some stamps or something, just so you can eat. And they play games about what's poor. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can play games with trying to tell you that you're not poor, but you are poor. You know what I'm saying? So they can say, oh, well, you don't make this amount. We only consider this amount poor. And we consider this amount not poor. So you can try to pretend like you're not poor, but that's just only because they saying that that's not poor. That's only because they try to make a standard or set a standard of what poverty is. But you really are broke. They just not classifying you as broke. You know what I'm saying? So in order for you to classify as broke, you would have to quit your damn job just so you can eat. Then you ain't got nowhere to live. Then they can funnel your ass up into where we know Section 8, low income housing, apartments and shit, ghetto. Why y'all black women deal with this shit? I just don't understand. Like, why y'all go in these circles and shit? You don't have to live like that if you don't want to. Stop playing their fucking game. Because I'm telling you, you can work your way up, do what you need to do, have enough money to take care of your shit, and they can just send your ass back, girl. That's how subjugated and dominated your ass is. They can just, boom, send you back. You have to understand they have black female talking heads who are going to gaslight poor black women. I told you, they let certain ashy ass black women through the door, and these bitches always take it upon themselves. It's always in, they always take it upon themselves to be in other black women's business. So this bitch makes 6 figures or whatever the fuck money she made, but yet her content is geared towards talking to black women who don't make as much as she do, but she want to tell you what the fuck to do and how to level up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to gaslight the fuck. You know what I'm saying? What situation you really dealing with? You dealing with white supremacy. You dealing with the nignog. This is 2 factors that's making you poor and why you can't level up. So then what is their solution, y'all? Y'all know what the solution is. They make these comments on every video they make on every fucking channel. What is the solution? What's the solution, y'all? Go ahead and say it. This how you know the formula. I'm trying to show y'all the formula. What is the solution to what I'm saying? What is the solution they telling y'all to take to better yourself? This how you control. This how you know they're controlled, because they all have the same talking point as what you need to do in these situations. Get you a Brad. Exactly. Thank you, Rose. Thank you. That's my point. And that solution is bullshit, because ain't no motherfucking Brad or non-black man want to get with no poor black woman. I'm trying to tell y'all that, you know what I'm saying? And these bitches, of course, these little fucking wannabe bougie ass fucking whores who are clearly getting paid and compromised, telling y'all lies to try to keep you on the white man's dick, because that's their whole talking point. That's all they care about. All right. But ain't no non-black man want to date a poor black woman. Like, they keep trying to use what's the name that played Precious. They keep trying to use her story to try to tell black average women that, oh, you can be like her. Look, she's not all that aesthetically attractive. She's a fucking actress. Okay? She's making salary acting, being an actress. So I'm not going to I'm not going to believe that white man not with her for that reason. So I'm not going to believe that she's not with that white dude because he's seeing potential for her to make a certain amount of money. Okay? That's a relationship based on money. It's not a relationship based on nothing else. Period. I don't think that same white man that's with her now, I don't think he would have found her attractive if she was poor and working at Walmart. So the fact is, these non-black males do not want you black women when you're poor, period. You're going to end up dating a non-black man who's just as poor as you are. Look at the average income of the average black woman. I'm talking about average black women. I'm not talking about no celebrity bitches. I ain't talking about no black women who are, you know what I'm saying, celebrities or whatever, or athletes or something like that. Those women are rare. That's not the majority. I'm talking about the average black woman. So they telling you average black woman who watches YouTube videos, okay, who make a certain amount of money, they're telling you to go after these brads. Why the fuck is that? And that's their main formula to end your problems. So that's the shit they own, and I guess they trying to clean it up and make it seem like that's not the shit they own, like they just, no, it's a tactic, because they're always telling you black women to focus on these things. They're always promoting content to you to focus on dating a man, getting a man based on his race, whatever. They're always making this content constantly on YouTube, like they're getting paid to say this shit. They won't talk about nothing else. They won't talk about income. They won't talk about money. They won't talk about nothing, building anything for yourself, that can economically, help you. It's not about that to them. It's about what man you can get with. Like, it's disgusting. It's like some prostitution shit. Sounds like prostitution to me. Basically saying your only value is what man you can get. That's the only way you're going to be successful in life, based on the man you with. What the fuck? These nasty ass, primitive ass bitches trying to set us back thousands of years. Like, what the fuck? And that's why I don't fuck with them. Like, you'll never see me promoting that garbage or being cool with certain bitches. And these black women who are uppity, so-called uppity and bougie, I don't fuck with them at all. Bitch, you're a whore as far as I'm concerned. I think you're a prostitute. I don't care what job you're claiming you have or how much money you claiming you make. Bitch, I think you're a whore. I think you're a nasty-ass prostitute. A skanky-ass bitch that's on the internet trying to pretend like you are a businesswoman when really you're a whore. So any black woman with prostitute type of content, I don't listen to that bullshit. I don't be wanting to hear it. That's what I be really talking about. I don't even care who black women date. If it really was about dating, I wouldn't even care. I don't care if you date a white dude or a black dude. If the man is a nice man and he a good man and he just a nice person, and that's really what your whole message is, I don't have a problem with that. I don't dislike men. I dislike certain types of fucking men. And I don't like prostitution, so I don't support that shit. Exactly. You see what I'm saying, Alice? That's what I'm talking about, Alice. And they try to teach these little young black girls to be prostitutes to these elderly white men. Like that's the vibe I'm getting, because that's what they're saying. Oh, you stressed, you fresh out of school, you ain't got no money, you still dependent on your mammy. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't even got no money like that. You haven't even completed college yet. And even in the case that you do complete college, that's not guaranteed that you gonna find a job that make any money. That's the sad part. So either way, it's gonna lead them to prostitution, because they're not talking about fighting the power or fighting these fucking, the racism or whatever the fuck, and dealing with that shit, which is what's causing you the grief and the problems in the first place. They telling you to go date one of these motherfuckers and give your body and your coochie up to these dudes because you ain't got no money. What kind of bullshit is that? And that's the point. Even if they complete college, it don't matter. Like, the message is the same. Oh, let these males use you up for your vagina until they don't want to use you up no more because you too old, and they go looking for a younger version so they can, you know what I'm saying, sexually exploit her ass. You feel me? Oh, go get some chump change and some fake love from a motherfucking superficial ass bastard who don't care nothing about you, who's just with you because you young and they can sexually use you. And then, yeah, just that's gonna be your come up in life. Then you're gonna be left in debt and shit when that motherfucker don't want to deal with you anymore. Okay? And then they try to mask it off as love, like they promoting love and marriage. Bitch, this ain't got nothing to do with, we know what the fuck you talking about. You ain't talking about no love and no marriage. You are telling women to prostitute themselves. What the fuck you trying to promote? And that's why the hell you have so many you have channels where the black woman's trying to teach you how to be feminine and use your femininity to your advantage and use your privilege to your advantage. That's why you have so many of these fucking nasty, stank ass whores on here making content like that. It's just to teach you how to be a prostitute. But they trying to mask it off as something else, like, oh, we're just telling women to use their femininity and be more feminine and be more accepting and loving. And no, you're trying to condition them to do something artificial, change their personality, try to be something that these males think is attractive or whatever the fuck, okay? Just so they can make a buck. While these fucking white supremacists are systematically disenfranchising our asses, trying to make us trying to stop us from having a job and making money to take care of our fucking kids. And then you have all these women on here promoting prostitution as the damn answer. Exactly. They trying to push these Allison, they trying to push these little girls into getting trafficked. You know what I'm saying? The more that they are prioritizing males and relationships and shit like that, and trying to get them a man and all this shit, the more they putting themselves at risk. That's the point. They're gonna be on dating apps and going out there with their titties and pussy out in a bar and shit, trying to get attention, trying to be oh, you're not acting feminine. Oh, just your personality is just a little too aggressive. You gotta not have any standards and speak up right above a whisper. Don't speak too loudly. Wear your hair down in that's some grooming shit, y'all. That's what the fuck they do in those damn back in the day in the like 1930s, them little whore houses or whatever the hell them shits, them burlesque houses and shit. That's what they used to teach those girls in there. Like, what the fuck? That's some old school like some old school tactics and techniques to be a prostitute. I'm not fucking stupid. I know what they're doing. I don't listen to that bullshit. I'm like, motherfucker, please. Go out there and get your own goddamn money. Don't be listening to these dirty ass, skanky ass. These bitches are, you don't know who the hell these women are saying this shit. You think that they so successful in life. Why they don't promote their business? Why they don't promote work, how they made their money? Why are they on YouTube all day making fucking videos instead of actually going somewhere and working at a job? Why are they spending most of their time on the fucking internet? Talking about men this, men that, how to get a man, how to get a Brad. Like, what the fuck? Bitch, what? This what you do all day? What the hell is up with you? They trying to turn us into prostitutes. I'm telling you what they doing. And you fuck around, you gonna be a free prostitute. You fucking with a nick dog. That's free prostitution, honey. You ain't getting no money for that. You open your legs to that ashy nigga, you just gonna have babies and debt. That's all the hell you gonna have. So I don't know why the fuck they teaching you that shit. But they're telling you to level up. The only way to level up from getting a Daquan and being in poverty is just to get a Brad and do all these, techniques to get a Brad. Like what the fuck? How about be by your damn self? Don't have children. Don't decenter males out of your life. Go work. And if they keep firing you, oh well, bitch, you'll be on the street by yourself. At least you ain't got no damn mouths to feed. You ain't got nobody to worry about but your damn self. Live in your car, go get a tent. Who gives a fuck? That's what it comes down to. Oh well. Oh well. Prostitution ain't the answer, honey. The fuck? That's nasty as fuck. And this is how we got trapped in the first place. They've been trying to sex traffic our asses forever in this fucking country. This is what they do. They always economically fucking with us, and they do it every step of the goddamn way. And then trying to make you think the more ashy ass babies you have, okay, the more fucking financially stable you're gonna be. What the fuck? We all know that's a damn lie. Who the fuck is out here saying this stupid ass shit and believing this garbage? But yeah, that's the tactic. That's all these companies got to do. They want the black woman to be, the young black woman to be prostitutes. They can force them into, instead of sex trafficking, they can just force you economically into prostitution by trying to stop you from making money, trying to stop you from taking care of yourself, and then program you and brainwash you and mentally program you with these sexy reds and these lottos and all these little fucking whores shaking their ass for cash. While you sitting here struggling, you sitting here, oh my God, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna make ends meet? How the fuck I'm gonna damn pay my bill tomorrow? How am I gonna get my light bill done? I mean, paid for. Next thing you know, you fucking hoeing, prostituting yourself, prostituting your own damn daughter. Trying to get her all, you see them, I'm telling you, I be seeing black ashy women doing this. I swear to God, they be on Instagram, on Facebook, dressing their little daughters up way too grown, and you know what I'm saying, trying to sexify them. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you doing that for, you weird ass bitch? And why the hell is it always little black girls that I be seeing, having ashy mothers who are dressing them up way too grown than they actually are? What's up with that shit? Then they sit here, then you got these manosphere fucking bitches sitting there telling you ain't feminine enough, you're not traditional. They just want you to be a breeder, slave, and a prostitute. They don't give a fuck about you. Any way they can exploit you. Let me tell y'all something. Anytime a fucking man accuses you of being masculine, that's a tactic. Okay? Them calling you masculine is just a tactic. Really what they're trying to say is you're not a gopher. You're not weak. You're not anyone I can manipulate or control. You're too masculine because I can't control you. I can't silence you. I can't rape you. You making it too hard for me to exploit you. You making it too hard for me to use you. You making it too hard for me to abuse you. You're not friendly and inviting enough. You're not letting me in. You're not letting me do whatever the fuck I want. You're not bending on my every whim and need. You're not, that's what they mean when they using this feminine masculinity tactic shit. All right, I don't buy it. I don't give a fuck what the hell they say. I could care less, bitch. Now you have all these prostitute ass whores doing this fake femininity thing where they just, trying to be all soft and speak all soft and try to do all of this. And these poor dumbass women think that that's going to solve the problem. They really are retarded. Because they really think that. They think doing that, all of that type of stuff is going to solve men's problem. Like, oh, if I do all these things, these men they'll start, coming into their own and start becoming men and start. No, they're just trying to exploit you. They're not going to change. They're not even worrying about changing. They're not trying to change. They're not trying to change for the better. They're not trying to work on themselves. They don't give a fuck about themselves. They only care about what the fuck they can use you and how, what they can use you for and how they can exploit you. That's all they care about. Yeah, the point is with sex work is, yeah, you let a man have control over your money, then you're going to be broke and penniless. You don't understand. Y'all females are y'all retarded? Y'all still don't understand that these days? Letting them have power is how you end up dead or how you end up poor. So when you're doing sex work, you're giving them control over your finances. They can fuck your money up. Being a vulnerable idiot ain't gonna get you nowhere but 6 feet under. Okay? That's really stupid. I don't know why y'all think that's the way. And what stupid ass man, or why are you listening to them? The fuck? Why are you listening to these degenerate motherfuckers who are trash? Why are you listening to them? Why you think they are an example of success? They're fucking not. So that's really dumb trying to use sex. And then what the fuck you gonna do when you get older? That's my question to all of the whores in the world. If you're doing sex work, what happens when you get old? Like, even if you don't have babies, if you have babies, yeah, that's another question. What the fuck happens when you have babies? And your body ain't looking the same and all of that. I mean, I understand that. Well, I'll just say age because men don't care about that shit. But what happens if you get old and you can't do that anymore? Do you have any plans for the fucking future? What you gonna do with yourself? What you gonna do with your daughters? Should they be whores too? Should they suck dick for a living too? How you gonna train them? You gonna groom them to be a prostitute? You don't give a fuck? Yeah, just about every celebrity, black woman I know has an OnlyFans, and she young. Like, a lot of black celebrity women are turning to OnlyFans for financial support. So you see how they turn the black women into prostitute? All they promote to black women is prostitution. They keep telling you to center these males around your life, and then they promote these whores. Every black woman has a black aesthetic. Every woman that has a black aesthetic in Hollywood, like she a rapper or whatever, she's doing is shaking ass for cash. They don't promote educated women. I feel like they're trying to banish educated black women. Like, they're trying to banish them. Like, they try to, you know, keep them out of the spotlight. And then these companies, they trying to fire black women and just keep them struggling on purpose. That's their goal and objective, is trying to keep their asses disenfranchised and keep them poor so that they can, think about, being prostitutes as well, or, trying to turn them into a fucking prostitute. Because what else are they going to do to make some goddamn money? If they keep getting fired or they keep being low, or they wages ain't shit, they're not making any money. They either gonna have to be a whore, or they're gonna have to go on government assistance, and they're gonna have to quit their jobs to qualify for assistance. So they try to turn you into a fat mammy breeder slave, or a prostitute. It's disgusting what's happening, but it's real. And then they try to make the older black women take care of these young women. Because these young girls can't take care of their damn self. They don't have any money. That's why you see so many young black girls doing hair. Like, they do braids and shit like that. That's the only thing they can do to actually stay consistently paid. It's either braid hair or prostitution. Going to school, yeah, they can go to school. They ain't guaranteeing them no job. They ain't guaranteeing them no money when they need something right that minute. So the fact that they keep promoting to you black women, you know what I'm saying, getting married and marriage and these men and shit, men, they always try to make your mind be on men 24/7. That's how you know what the fuck they're doing. Meanwhile, these men minds ain't on money. They don't give a fuck about no goddamn money. These Negroes will help get you fired. They'll help keep you poor. Black males are predatory ass rapists. They're maniacs. They just sit in the corners stalking women and trolling them and shit. I see them doing it all the time. They always predatorily stalking women. If they feel like if you're not gonna give them any money, if you're not gonna benefit them financially, they'll try to fuck you up from even having any money, or they'll kill you. You know that's why black women die every 5 hours. You know that most of that shit be about money, right? They don't be about love. Y'all, black women stupid ass be thinking, oh, you know, he love her. He don't want her to break up with him. No, bitch. That has nothing to do. He never gave a fuck about that bitch. He was just with her for financial gain. He was with her for support, for help, for services, for resources. That's what he was there with her for. The minute that she decided to cut that shit off, that's when he decided to kill her ass. Because he knew his bitch ass was going to have to, you know what I'm saying, go out there, actually find some real money, or go bum money from some other female and work his way back up. And his lazy ass, such a primitive ass incel bum, that, you know, his ass didn't want to do all of that. So he was like, fuck it, I'm going to just kill this bitch. My life is over. I ain't going to have shit unless she give it to me and help me out. So if she don't want to be with me no more, then I'm going to just have to kill this bitch. That's what they want to do. I'm telling you, that's what it be about. It be about control. It don't have shit to do with nothing else. And I'm starting to see, like, in these restaurants and shit, I started seeing that they putting a lot of nignogs, like, in mandatory positions. You know what I'm saying? And they have, like, a lot of black women working under these nignogs at these restaurants. These black dudes be the manager, and then be all these females working under their ass. I be noticing that shit, too. When I be going out and eating and shit. You know what I'm saying? You have some black women managers, of course, but I'm just saying, I just noticed a trend here in my city with a lot of black males as managers, trying to force these little black girls to be up under these motherfuckers. And they usually gay. Probably be in there touching the little women on the ass and doing little weird ass shit. No, because that's the only way of trying to control us black women, making us have shit to do with these motherfuckers we don't want shit to do with. I mean, they would have to do some shit like that in order to get these niggas a leg up, because they just want these niggas to have some kind of power over black women. You know what I'm saying? Keep the black women poor, and having Negroes as they managers are above them, so they have to deal with these nignogs to keep their damn job. Or some, it's just the way they try to force black women into prostitution, try to force us in a subjugated, you know, vulnerable position where we answering to some man. You know what I'm saying? Being controlled by some damn man. They sick and predatory. They psychotic. Y'all need to understand this shit. This is real life shit. This is not a game. Yeah, they know the gorilla fiend is going to abuse power, but they don't care because they don't like you black women anyway. Anybody trying to keep you safe, they don't care about you. They want you under control. They don't give a fuck about you. And if you won't submit or you won't, tolerate this shit, they'll just find another female that will. Negroes are disgusting. I'm telling you. Fucking predatory, nasty ass tip drills for they white zaddy. That's what the fuck you really dealing with out here. So these white males can control them. They can make these niggas have a job or not make them have a job. They can put them in mandatory positions, what I'm saying, over your ass where you have to answer to them and shit. They can put you in a completely vulnerable, fucked up situation. They trying to make you want to be with these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they trying to brainwash you with social media, with everything they have, trying to make you care about getting married or trying to be with a man. So, yeah, they're fucking sexual, predatory rapists. That's what they are. Hell yeah, we unprotected. And your check is unprotected too. And most black women are check away. They'll check away of being their ass out on the street. A check away. And they use your job. They main tactic is using your job, using your employment to fucking rape you, to harass you, to stalk you, to troll you. That's all these bitch ass males have, because they're a pack of bitches. Hell yeah, these males stick together because they all predatory maniacs. They want women under control. They want to be able to use you as they see fit. They want to be able to sexually control you as they see fit. They want to be able to control your resources as they see fit. This is how they rolling right now. Okay? You black women being poor. You been not being able to really get your ass out of poverty. You been not able to really have any freedom. Okay? Because these rapists want your ass under 1,000% control. That's the fuck why. Why your wages are the way they are. Why your money looking like it's looking. Okay, these dirty bitches want to be up here. They want you to be obsessed with them. That's why on every music video, I mean, the majority of music you see black women singing is fucking obsessive songs about men all day. They won't let you sing about nothing else. They won't let you talk about nothing else. If you're not an independent artist, you can't sing what you want to sing about. You can't talk about what you want to talk about. They control that shit 100%. So that's why you'll see these sexy reds. You're going to always see little nasty whores becoming popular and getting a lot of recognition, because that's what they want promoted to younger black women. They want prostitution to be promoted to your daughter, to your niece, to your little cousins and shit. That's what they want them listening to. They want them pop locking and dropping it. These males are rapists. They're predatory rapists. All right? Period. And they will stop your kids from eating too, because they don't give a fuck. They don't like kids anyway. They just want to use you as a commodity to themselves. You understand? They don't give a fuck about your damn kids. Why do you think? Look, the majority of homeless women in this country are black homeless women. The majority of women who are homeless and pregnant are black women. So black women make up the majority of homeless pregnant women in the entire country. We make up those numbers. Okay? We make up the numbers of most homeless women. Okay? This is how predatory these bitches are. All these black women getting kicked out of their homes and apartments and shit. This shit ain't no coincidence. These rapists ain't got shit for you. You understand? Trying to keep your ass unemployed. So I'm telling you, I mean, look at the stats. Look at the gross income for a black from a black for a black woman is 20 to 29, a black woman who's 30 to 39, a black woman is 40 to 49, and a black woman is 50 to 59. Look at the gross income. You're disposable trash. They try to make sure you don't make no money and you don't have shit. You can't go to nobody for support. You can't go to no bank. Nothing. Nothing. They try to make sure your credit score low. They try to make sure your money is low. All right? They try to make sure you don't have a proper savings account. They try to make sure you paycheck to paycheck. Okay? Or they gonna funnel your ass back in them projects. You're gonna be living in a fucking ghetto. Okay? That's where the hell you gonna have to reside. Full of mentally disturbed, mentally psychotic ass, primitive ass fucking males. Alright? All up in their neighborhood preying on the fucking youth. Like a demon. Alright? That's what you have to deal with. That's what you're gonna be sent back to. And these bitches that be trying to act like they got it like that, you ask them for $20 and they gonna be like, hell no. They ain't got no damn money. They just trying to pretend like they do. Hell yeah, they ruthless. I mean, like I said, all you gotta do is look at the black woman's average income. Them HBCUs ain't did shit for you if you look at the average income of black women. I mean, it's the poor black women going to those HBCUs, is it not? Them HBCUs are not for rich, privileged people. Alright? You can't buy your way into them damn HBCUs. That shit is for poor people. It's for people who, don't make a lot of money. Right? Okay then. So if you look at the average income of black women, okay, who going to college, they ain't making no damn money. Or the ones with degrees, they not making no money like that. They not. They making a little few more $1,000 than the average broke bitch. That's not nothing. Man, there ain't no rich white people going to no damn HBCU. They don't. Why would the fuck a rich white person? Why would they want to go to a HBCU when they can go to fucking Howard or freaking any prestigious white college they want to go to? Like, that's stupid for a white person, a rich white person, to want to go to a HBCU. They probably behind the finances in that bitch. They probably controlling the HBCU with their money, but they not there trying to get no education from fucking what? Yeah, HBCUs ain't this shit. If you look at the stats and the data, HBCUs ain't this shit. I'm sorry. I mean, it's cute and everything. It's a fun experience, but when you get out of that bitch, how much money are you really making and how much debt do you really have? Okay? Is your mama gonna go broke making sure that your debt paid off? Your mama ain't got no damn money. Black women's mamas don't have no damn money. They're broke. They're poor. They might have a good job, and even if your black mama got a good job, like she's college educated and she's not dumb, and she's not a hood rat that was sitting on her ass for her whole life. Even in that situation, your mama still don't got no money. Not like that, not to get you out of debt. Yeah, right. Fuck. I mean, if you lucky enough to have a decent ass daddy that actually worked and took care of his shit and wasn't a fucking bum or a drug addict or, just trash. If you have a daddy that's about his shit, yeah, you can make ends meet that way, but how many black women have those kind of fathers? Like, let's be real. Okay? You know what I'm saying? But if you one of the lucky few black women who have fathers like that, then, I mean, and you come from generational wealth, like your mom and dad was really trying to make sure you wasn't going to leave college in debt, and they was making sure that you had what you need while you were going to school so they can help you out so you can make some real money, and they told you not to be fucking around with bums. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have parents like that, that's good for you. That's wonderful. But that's not the average black woman's, experience. That's just not how That's why you have the average income where you have it at. If you look at the stats, that's why you have the average income where you see it at. You know what I'm saying? It's because those most of those black women came from single mothers. They came from working black women and poverty. They didn't come from no damn two parent households where the daddy was making some real money. They don't come from that. That's why their income is so low. Okay? And the power structure and the wages and just the wages in itself. And then the power source. Then you have the fathers not being a financial factor. All right? Us millennials are broke. If you look at the stats, us millennials are fucking poor. Poor. We don't have shit. We 30 and up. We don't have no money. What the fuck? When you look at our parents and they're, when they was in their 30s, back in the 80s and shit, what was it, the 80s, the early 90s, 80s? They would have been in their 30s, right? How much money were they making? And how much was the cost of living? How much was the regular wages versus how much money they had to put out to rent, to pay a mortgage? Look at that shit. I'm pretty sure their income is entirely different than our income. And you wasn't going into that much debt back in their day going to college. I don't think they were left in that much debt after they left out of college. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was different back then. So, yeah, shit was different. Yeah, the black women who went to HBCUs who are doing good, yeah, they came from money already. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, they already, I'm not saying they didn't work hard when they was at the HBCU, when they didn't complete their classes and do what they were supposed to do. What I'm saying is if you have somebody helping you get through debt, you know what I'm saying, as you're going to college, if you have somebody that's giving you money, you have parents with some money, and they making sure you have somewhere to stay, they making sure you eating good, they making sure you don't really want or need nothing like that, and you really are mainly able to focus on your work and not nothing else. That's help. That's service. That ain't no shit that should be taken lightly. That's a lot of support. That's not nothing where you whatever. No, women who don't have that shit, they suffer. They end up not doing very well when they have to balance working a job and going to college full time at the same time. It's harder to do it when you in that situation, period. And they still end up living in debt anyway. If they ain't got nobody giving them paying for their college stuff. Yeah, they had more affordable housing then. So all of that shit can affect, you know what I'm saying, your college experience when you have when the food is cheap, number one, when you have support by your family, number two, when you are not leaving in debt because you have somebody putting money on those books, number three, and you're not dealing with no nigga that's stressing you the hell out, number four, meaning that you ain't pregnant, you ain't had no baby, you're not fucking with niggas, you don't prioritize them, you don't care about them, you just be dating them or whatever and treating them like toys and something to play with. Bye, get the fuck out. I'm doing my work. Like, don't call me in study hours. You call me tomorrow. You on some shit like that, you good. It's easier to get your shit done when that's how you live and that's how you taking care of your business. Anything other than that gonna lead to you having more struggles and problems. It's really just that simple. And even if you are successful, even if you get through all of the college and you have all the support, that still don't guarantee that your ass is gonna be making no money. I don't know why people It's like black women need to understand you live in a system and white people dominate. They control this whole shit. So I don't give a fuck what you did or what degree you have. If they don't want to hire you for a position, they don't have to hire you. If they want to send out a report, from the government saying that, oh well, they can do whatever the hell they want to say, look, sorry, it's just job shortage. It's just that we can't, it's you won't have to, you got to suffer through this little time right now where we can't, where it's gonna be harder to find a job, or it's gonna be harder to qualify for a job. Like if they want to make that a thing, they can. They can do whatever the fuck they want to. You're not guaranteed no job just because you got a degree. You know how many black people with degrees and they can't find work, or they working for way less than they should be making? They don't give a fuck. This their system. They do whatever the fuck they want to. Like you're not guaranteed shit. These white people don't owe you shit. They can do whatever the fuck they want to. If they let you get to the door, you better be lucky you got through that bitch. Period. Cause they ain't letting everybody in. Everybody not getting. They'll tax the fuck. And then you gotta worry about tax. That's a big issue. Okay? When they start taxing the shit out of shit, that's gonna affect your income. So if they taxing the crap out of you while you trying to go to school, the fuck? Or you trying to live, or you trying to pay a mortgage or something, they want to start taxing the shit out of shit, and your wages ain't matching what they taxing. High interest rates and shit. You do all that school, all that going through school, getting a degree, blah blah blah, and then you gotta deal with this shit here with the housing market. Okay, now you can't even really find nowhere to live. Now you out here renting. You putting all your money into some shit. You ain't even owning shit. You ain't putting no money into owning anything. You putting money into occupying a property. The fuck? All your money gone, garnished. And it's hard for you to get the fuck out of that situation. Because now your credit getting fucked with. So if you try to move somewhere else, then it's going to be harder to move. You know how many black people got to settle? They got to settle for where they living at. They got to settle for where they working at. They don't have no choice. They don't have no options. The only option is to downsize. You leave that damn job, oh well, you're going to be having to make least amount of money with no benefits. You got to start right from scratch again, building your shit up after you done spent all this time on one job. In a job company for years, they just take advantage of your ass. Have you working for pennies. Have you working with no benefits. You been on the job 10 plus years, don't have a promotion. Still doing the same shit. So yeah, they always fuck with us black women. We can't have shit. What kind of fuck can we have? You dealing with these predatory ass fucking maniac ass bitches. Alright? These bitches out here trying to stop me from making $1 just to try to prove a point. Oh, you can't even make $1. Oh, yeah, because you're a psychotic, predatory ass, rapist ass bitch. That's the only reason why. You psychotic motherfucker. That's why I want them to keep it up. So I can prove my goddamn point. Okay? Because this is the shit they do. They don't give a fuck. You in a situation like this, you're always vulnerable because whoever they want to target, they can. And they always targeting all black people. Okay? We are always the target. All black people are this fucking target. It ain't just some of us, it's most of us. That's why the goddamn statistics look like they look. Because it's most of us is dealing with this shit. That's why you don't ever see my ass trying to one-up shit. I don't compete and I don't try to one-up. You know why? Because until this system is eradicated, bitch, you can be ass out anytime these motherfuckers want to. If you're a regular person, because a lot of bitches be not knowing they regular, but when you a regular ass person, they can come for your money anytime the hell they want to. But yeah, you can be ass out. You can be ass out. You can be doing okay one day, because that's what most black people are doing, is okay. You're not above okay. You're not. You don't have no money like that. You're not able to really live leisurely and shit. You know, you're working your ass off, and if you don't have certain connections, then you ass out. Period. You lose your job, it's a wrap for your ass. You ain't got nobody to go to. You ain't gonna be able to get no help. Only thing you gonna have to do is go find you another job, and you'll more than likely be making less money than you were making on the previous job. And at this point, you gotta have about 4 jobs, have about 4 different incomes now to make ends meet. That's just the reality. It's fucked up, but it's the facts, y'all. But anyway, y'all, that's all I wanted to say. I mean, I'm good. I mean, you know, that's it. It ain't really nothing else to say about this situation. I'm trying to think about any more talking points that I wanted to make about this particular situation. And I don't really know anything else to say other than, I mean, you just dealing with this why the fuck you need to leave these males alone. You need to stop having these kids. The more they resources dry up, the more they get fucked up because they're trash, the more they attack you and kids, innocent kids who ain't literally did shit. They don't care about children eating. These males do not care about feeding kids. They don't care about those kids eating anything. If they're not gonna benefit, they don't give a fuck. They'll leave those kids completely neglected on the street. That's why so many black children in foster care being funneled around and shit. They in foster care, they in mental health, they in goddamn prison, they traffic it, they out here being trafficked and shit. I mean, this is what's really happening. And it's mostly black kids who are in these fucked up situations. Because your male group is garbage. They're the most predatory ass maniacs on God's green earth. They're predatory psychopaths. Period. They just want some ass. Okay? You can't go to them for shit, pretty much. You might as well just starve, honey. You might as well just sit in a car and starve. If you're gonna be in a situation like that, don't have any kids. I'm telling you, don't go to them for shit. Yeah, people, kids are vulnerable. Black women, and that's what I'm saying. Like, black women, y'all having children at this point is I consider it, I consider it abusive to have children in this current climate. That's what in any climate. I don't give a fuck if it was 10 years ago. It's just bad because of the situation. Being under white supremacy is disgusting. It's perverted. It's predatory. It's disgusting. So having kids in a system like this is fucked up because we don't have the tools. We don't have what we need to successfully raise our kids and to successfully care for them. Like when I seen that black mother go to CPS to drop her kids off, I understood it 100%. I mean, she being fucked with, and I mean, which she is, because she a black woman and she already disenfranchised by race and gender. She already got to deal with that as an obstacle on her making money and taking care and providing for herself, which is why she shouldn't have had no kids in the first place. But she already has that as a barrier. And then on top of that, she was with some fucking male who didn't want to take care of their damn kids. because these fucking males can hop to hop, bunny hop, any bitch they want to. They don't have to stay with one woman just because they had kids with her. They can leave her because they don't want to be with her anymore and be with another woman, get another woman pregnant, and try to stop their resources from going to the previous woman. Men do that every fucking day. They're pieces of shit. They're parasites. That's all they do is fuck. They don't know how to do nothing else. They don't know how to make no money and take care of shit. So that's the point. You feel me? I didn't have no problem with her taking her kids to CPS. Most black women kids need to not even exist. I mean, let's be real. Okay? Black women, they think that they are doing a service, and I don't know why, because when you look at those numbers of how much money we're making, we ain't broke no ground and did shit. I mean, if you ain't fighting for your money, if you ain't fighting to have resources to take care of your family, you know what I'm saying? If that's not the priority, then what the fuck is? Because if you look at that gross income, that shit is sad. That's pathetic. So if it ain't no strides being put together by black women to help to fix that problem, then you can't say you doing right by your damn kids. Cause how the fuck are they gonna eat? And if you try to put them in some random ass ashy school, like some school for like hood rats, like let's be real, that's not a good situation to put them in no ghetto ass school where they're not learning shit. And they around some ashy, lazy ass teachers who don't want to teach them nothing, who already look at them as failures and don't really want to do shit to help. Because to be honest, that's how black women look at those kids at those schools. They don't take that shit seriously. I'm sorry to report that to you black women, but it's true. You don't know what you're getting into by having children. You don't know what kind of shit you're gonna have to face, especially when you don't have a certain amount of money. Because just letting them go to any little institution ain't cool. I'm telling you, they ain't teaching them shit, or they teaching them all the wrong shit. Because these people already see your children as failures. If they thought your kids were gonna, have the ability to be successful, they wouldn't be treating them the way they do. That's why you have a prison to school pipeline. That's why that's a phenomenon, because they're getting groomed to be prostitutes and criminals pretty much. It's disgusting as fuck. They ain't teaching them shit. Look at your gross income. What the fuck? That's teaching somebody shit? Like, that don't even make no sense. How the fuck are we in that situation? And y'all do understand that poor black women are the ones having the most babies. Like, poor black women are having more kids than anybody else. So that's really bad that poor black women are having that many kids. And they are. Educated black women typically have children later in life, and they usually don't have that many children. They only have maybe 1 or 2 kids. The reason being is because they educated. They know better than having 3, 4, 5 kids that they can't barely support. They know the truth. Ebony K. Williams, she knew what was up. She having a baby now because she is in a good financial position. That's why she having kids right now. She tried to do everything by the book, and even though she tried to do everything by the book, it didn't work out like that. She couldn't find a suitable man to build her life with, so she just had to go to the plan B, plan C route. You feel me? Which is just having that baby by herself, because she in a financially secure situation where she knows that she can properly raise her baby and make sure that her baby go to a good school in a good community. And then they don't have to deal with all that stuff that hood rats got to deal with, which is what she's trying to do, is keep her child out of the projects. Okay? Hell yeah, teachers don't care about black teachers, don't care about black kids. They think those kids are failures. Man, I seen a black gay dude who's a teacher get on the line and trash the kids for not knowing how to read. This black homo dude got on social media on, on his little page, and made a whole derogatory video about how illiterate black children are. And instead of his ass taking the position of being a teacher and saying, oh, it's my job to teach them how to read, so let me teach them how to fucking read. You know what I'm saying? If their parents are not teaching them how to read, then let me take the initiative to teach them how to fucking read. Period. Either I'm gonna give them an app or something that's available from the school, or I'm going to break down the fundamental uh, reading comprehension techniques so they can learn how to read. This bitch didn't even care. He didn't even factor himself being a teacher in any of the conversation. He was just like, the parents ain't teaching them how to read. So that's how you know how ghetto and fucking dumb these little hood rat teachers are. They're fucking stupid. They don't even take their job serious. They whole thing is picking on people's kids because they some fucking bums and they ain't making no money. So that's their thing is, oh, basically you ought to send your child to school already knowing everything. Because that's how they try to set it up. Your kids need to come to the school already knowing how to read, already knowing the fundamentals on most things. If they don't have the fundamentals down, because you didn't do your job as a black single ashy mother, because they always trashing black women, black males don't get no bulk of the blame for illiterate kids or kids who are impoverished or going to jail and these fucking ashy beasts are literally completely ignored as parents, like they don't even exist. So he wasn't talking about black males. He was talking about black women and trashing them for not teaching their kids how to read. So yeah, that's what he was doing pretty much. He give a fuck that he a teacher. And the principal don't care. The guidance counselor don't care. The teachers don't give a fuck. The coach, whoever fuck is in that institution don't care. These people are lazy. They ain't getting paid shit. They broke. And they don't give a fuck about y'all kids. They selfish. I don't think they care about us having a job, and they don't want to deal with kids. These black women are stressed out dealing with their own kids. They stressed out taking care of their own bills. So when they in a school full of black children, they abuse them the same way they would abuse their own damn kids. Because how they are treating their classroom of kids is reflective on how they treat their own kids at home. So if the kids in the class don't know how to read, they're not really comprehending the work or whatever, and they just, able to be in there and doing it and talking about whatever the fuck they want to do and talk about, then that's how she treat her own kids at home. Okay, that's what you're dealing with. She's underworked, she's underpaid, overworked, stressed out, broke, and not really wanting to deal with other people's badass kids. So what she do in her mind, that's how she perceived them, badass kids. Yeah, they blame everything on the parents. Even if you are full-time, you have a full-time job and you working 80 plus hours, you working overtime, you working more than full-time, they still gonna blame you for your child not knowing how to read. Like you got all this time in the fucking day to teach your child how to read. Your whole school and they there for like how many hours? About 5 hours, bitch. You couldn't teach them how to read in 5 hours? And you do understand that reading, comprehension and reading and math, that's the foundation of everything. If they don't know how to read, they don't know how to do math, they're going to have a real hard time with any other subject. Because most subjects revolve around either reading or math. Period. Most subjects is going to branch off into talking about other stuff, but it's going to be mostly based on reading and math. Like these teachers are so fucking lazy. They don't even want to. They don't even want to create homework to give to the kids to take home. So that's how pathetic they are. Like, okay, well, some kids didn't bring their homework back. So, I'm just not gonna give out homework. They don't give a fuck. They ain't learning shit at those schools. It's disgusting what be going on. I'm trying to tell y'all. They teach them how to be a slave. They teaching them black kids how to work for master boss and not ever have their own money and not ever own anything. That's what they teaching them. They teaching them how to go work for McDonald's or some fast food chain or something like that and get ran down and not have any money. While everybody else is owning things, they are, really economically growing or advancing while these black children stay poor, broke, and working for a bum ass company. Okay? That's what they teaching them. Not to have a thought process, not to question anything, not to fact check things. Nothing. They ain't teaching them shit. Most of these teenagers are graduating dumb as fuck. People love posting up their kids and they little graduating little cap and gowns and shit on, but they don't know nothing. They just gonna go out there and work for some company and be broke. That's all they headed to is poverty. It's sad. But they think just because they got them out of school barely, that they did achieve something. And God forbid you as a parent don't know this new shit they teaching the kids. Like, let them be doing some subject where you didn't have to do it when you was in school, or maybe you just wasn't good at it when you was at school. Let that be a situation for you. You ass, I'm telling you, it's over for your ass. Because when you try to get them a tutor and shit, you got to pay all this money for a fucking tutor. If the school provide one, they're going to make sure it's a lazy ass motherfucker who don't do their damn job. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, if you fuck around and don't know the assignment from what your child is doing or whatever, they're going to be ass out because you're not going to get no help. They don't want to help these black kids. They want them to be prostitutes, drug addicts, working as a slave in the prison system, or, just living off their mammy for the rest of their fucking life. They try to set black women up to be taking care of their children their entire life. Like, they try to make you think as a black woman, when you have kids at 18, they just become self-sufficient and intelligent overnight. When they turn 18, they just go out there and be striving for the best and shit on their own. And no, the fuck, they don't. That's not how that shit works. 18 don't mean shit. It just means a number that somebody claimed makes you an adult, but that don't mean you're an actual adult. Okay? Especially when you live under a fucked up, subjugated position by a system that's trying to make those people incompetent and not be able to really take care of themselves, which is what the government is doing, which is what we got to deal with as black women. Okay? Them kids ain't gonna be competent at no 18. That's still a child. That's still a kid. They still incompetent. They don't know how to take care of nothing. They don't know how to do nothing without an extra push. You got to tell them to do every damn thing. You got to do mostly everything for them at that age. You got to fill out applications for them at that age. You got to teach them everything at that age. Just look at how incompetent the average black, child is at 18. Just look at how incompetent they are when they need so much help. Okay? They need you to do everything for them at that age the same way you did when they was 15 or 14 or 12. It ain't nothing changed at 18. A lot of black parents push their kids out at 18 because they were incompetent in the first place. Anytime you have a black parent that kicked their child out at 18, they were incompetent from the very beginning of their birth. Because when they 18 and they telling them to get out, it's because they don't have the resources to keep taking care of them. And they want to pretend like they did their job just because they turned 18. Like, I did my job, you 18 now. No, you're a fucking bum-ass parent that shouldn't have never had kids. Because you a subjugated piece of trash who literally is subjugated, dominated by another race. And you think your kids are not going to be subjugated because you're delusional in your fucked up mind. You think they just going to go out there and live their best life and be an adult at 18 and just have somewhere to live and be self-sufficient. They're not. They're not. And that goes for their whole 20s. Look at the average 20-year-old, man, shit. Go to the stats and look up how much the average 20 to 29-year-old makes. Poor. That's not no money. That money is for some sneakers or a jacket. What the fuck they gonna do with that salary? Where they gonna live with that salary? Nowhere. That's where. The fuck? They gonna live at their mama house if you got one? They asses ain't about to be living on their own with their damn salary. The fuck? What they gonna do with that fucking measly ass $20,000 a damn year? The fuck? But they want 20-year-old black women to go out there and have kids at 20. Okay? Before you did shit, you making $20,000 a damn year with some babies. Cause automatically when you turn 30, automatically you not gonna be making $20,000 no more. You're just gonna go up to damn 30,000. Automatically. You're the fuck right. So yeah, you gonna be taking care of your kids for, and if you got a Negro son, you definitely gonna be taking care of him pretty much for the rest of your life. Because, and that's what black women know. That's why they always stalking other black women about taking these niggas in, because they don't want their son living with them at 35, 40, 45, 50. And they know if it's based on his own income, he not gonna have nowhere to live. So they gotta stalk black women into saying that we ain't traditional, we're not feminine, we got a bad attitude. They gotta bash us so these ashy bitches won't look like terrible mothers. They don't want to be looked at. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be looked at as bad mothers. You know what I'm saying? Being trash. So they try to blame younger black women for their sons being incompetent, just so they won't have to take the blame. That's what they do. Well, all I can say is the teenagers I see today, whoever raised these teenagers did a poor piss job. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, these teenagers of today are horrible. Period. I'm talking about their mentality is not what it takes to be a full functioning adult. Period. So whoever the hell raised them, whoever want to take credit for that, take credit for it, because that's terrible. The way they act, they don't even act like they're not prepared. And I know the teenagers are teenagers, but they're not prepared. So by the time they're 25, they're gonna be pretty much fucked up. And that's just the bottom line. So whoever want to take responsibility, take it. I don't have no teenage kids. All I know is the big dog, that motherfucker ain't gonna teach his kids how to read. He not gonna teach his kids how to write. He not gonna teach his kids nothing. When you get to them high school years or middle school, he not gonna be helping no child with no class projects. He not gonna be helping no child with no math, with no social studies, with no science, with no history, with no algebra, with no fucking geographic shit, Spanish, French, whatever the hell subject they got. That nigga is not gonna be the one. Period. I don't give a fuck what he do for a living. He not helping with none of that shit. And we all know it. It's mostly black women helping their kids with homework. Fuck out of here. He'll show up at graduation, take a picture, act like he done. That's why I hate these niggas. Like, I can't stand these motherfuckers. This shit get on my nerve. Every time I see a graduation pic and I see a little ashy nigga hold got their head around their child, it pisses me off every time. Because I know he didn't do shit. You can tell, look at the bum, look at the way he dressed. You can just tell by the way he looked and carried himself, he ain't do shit. It really, if it wasn't for her, if it was up to that nigga, that child probably would have dropped out. If he had the child the whole time, that child would have dropped out. Just like I know somebody personally, I'm not gonna say who, but I know I have a personal situation where I know this little girl that's 16 living with her daddy, and he thinks he's better than her mom and shit. Like, he always criticizing the mom like she just horrible and ghetto and just don't do anything right, or just be letting letting the daughter get away with all this stuff. So now the daughter is living with the daddy, but the little daughter is failing in school. You know what I'm saying? Like her school shit is not together, but we thought that she was gonna be better with your raggedy ass. Why is she not doing well in school? Why is she barely making it and she living at your house? So that's just, the point that he want to take credit by having a daughter live with him so she can be there, but then the mama is really still doing all the goddamn work when it comes to helping the daughter out with homework and her education and shit. It's still the mother doing everything, but she just living over the daddy house while he don't do shit. And he tried to blame the mama, and he ain't even having shit working right with the bitch that he's with. Because not only do he live in the house, he live in the house with another female. Because most of these niggas ain't gonna live in no house or nowhere on their own. They always got some female with them helping their asses out. So he tried to blame the mama for all this shit. Meanwhile, he not even getting along with the current woman he with. Plus, his daughter's still not doing well and only doing well through the mom. Only keeping her head above water with the mama's help, not his. That's how niggas is. I can't stand these motherfuckers. Like, you gotta argue with them and shit. You gotta go through all of this turmoil with them for them to take credit for some shit they ain't even do. Just for at the end when the shit turns out good, for them to take credit when they ain't did shit. Didn't do shit. And they get to reap the benefits of somebody else's labor. Niggas, black males are always reaping the benefits of somebody else's labor. I swear to God. They always riding on the coattails of other people. Now there are a few tiny ass minority percentage of black men who actually they about that life. You know what I'm saying? They making sure shit straight. They making sure the bills paid. They making sure the kids understand how to do their work. It's a small percentage of them, but that shit is so small. You won't never see me really mentioning that shit like that because it's not a effective number. Even if it's a number, it's not effective. So it don't matter. Like, it ain't no reason to bring it up. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I hope y'all enjoyed this live. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.